according to the DEA, a Schedule I drug is a substance with no currently medical accepted value. Marijuana has been proven many times to be a helpful substance in treating the symptoms of, many symptoms and illnesses, but is still illegal to possess in half the country. According to the National Eye Institute, glaucoma is an eye disease that has a buildup of fluid pressure around the optic nerve, which causes blindness. With marijuana, it lowers the blood pressure, known as the intraocular pressure, in both normal and glaucoma patients, the study found. However, it's not as effective as prescribed drugs, but it is a naturally grown substance. Another disease that helps is multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis affects the central nervous system, and marijuana drops spasticity. Drops spasticity, and it reduces pain. In the study I researched, patients were able to tell the difference between the placebo joint they were given and THC, just by the way they felt after consumption. I read about a story on atraineducation.com where this little boy named Jeffrey, 7 years old, he had a couple diseases, ADHD, impulsive disorder, OCD, Tourette syndrome, bipolar disorder, and there's like 5 others, but I didn't want to write all those down.
He had all of them?
Yeah. He tried 15 different medications. All of them proved to be ineffective until at 7.5 years old, his mom started getting desperate and looked online and found that multiple sclerosis was affected by marijuana in a positive way. So the mom did some more research, found a way to get her son a medical card, and which he ended up getting. He got approved for the card. And after his mom bought him an edible, she was driving him to a special school, and about a half an hour in, Jeffrey released his grip on his mom's hand and started smiling and said, "Mommy, I'm not mad, I'm happy, my head doesn't feel noisy." Another disease that is affected by marijuana is cancer. It's, as I said earlier, relieves pain, controls nausea and vomiting, and stimulates appetite, which most people know. Munchies, right? This is a little boy who has cancer here on the left, and this is 68 days without chemo using marijuana. You can see a very noticeable difference in like the pale. He's more pale in this picture, not when he much hair because of chemo, and now he gets to keep his hair. That. So finally, many people will say that smoking marijuana is bad for you because you're burning a substance and inhaling it. But nowadays they have technology called vaporizing, where you can set it to a specific temperature and it'll burn only the THC, which is what gets you high. So you don't have to take all that bad stuff in. But also, with vaporizing, you can take the remnants that are left over in the chamber to make edibles. You can put all that together and make edibles, which is what Jeffrey took. Thank you. It didn't say on the website I found it on. I guess like
maybe 4.
less than 10.
Okay, so are you saying that marijuana should be just medical marijuana should be legalized all over the world, all over the country, or just marijuana in general should be legalized?
I'm not really talking about the legalization of it. I'm just explaining health benefits.
Okay, so what do you think then?
I do think it should be legalized, except there's many reasons why it shouldn't be. Like for instance, in Chicago, if it's legalized, it's going to be treated the same way as alcohol, where you can't have public consumption, so you can't be outside smoking a joint or anything, so you have to do it in your place. But if the problem is there's a lot of apartments here where many people share the same building, and some people may not like it, secondhand smoke, so that proposes a problem. So it probably won't be legal here for recreational use for a while.
Right. So you were given like instances where it has been like beneficial. Is that like a general thing? Like it has been proven to work in like all cases, or is it just like individuals can either like for some individuals it can be like helpful and some it can like
Some it can be helpful and some doesn't. Some it just doesn't even affect them. The I forgot what exactly it was. Something attaches to nerves in your brain, and sometimes they read that it didn't attach. They didn't get attached. The THC didn't attach.
Is there any way to like determine beforehand if it would like affect you or not, or you just kind of have to use it?
I think you just kind of have to use it to find out.
Now I've heard that like DEA and other enforcement agencies haven't really allowed medical marijuana to be studied all that extensively. Did you run into that? Like, was it hard to find medical studies about it?
It was. There was actually a lot more of the websites I looked at were saying only negatives. Like it was more. It just the Google search said cons of marijuana. Even when I searched in medical uses, it said only cons many of times. So yeah, I did run into problems like that.
Okay.